white man's soul lifted up in pride is not uprighting him, but the just shall live by faith. And the just will be the Israelites of the Negroes, Native Americans, and Mexicans who believe in the Bible, all right, and believe in being saved from this system, all right, that believe in the scriptures and believe in the salvation of the Lord, all right. So that would be the just that's going to live by faith. They're not going to join into this system. They're not going to take the RFID microchip. They're not going to take the goo that they put within those tubes or those syringes, all right. Verse 5, it says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, all right. All right, so that wine would be what? His philosophies: democracy, religion, idolatry, homosexuality, lies, adultery, covetousness, business, see, and murder. All right, those will go into, all right, his wine, okay? It says he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, right? Because America has embassies in every country, military bases all around the world, who enlarges his desires hell. He wanted all in total control over the planet. And is as death if you don't succumb to their foreign policy. America does. It brings death to your doorstep. All right, destroys you. And cannot be satisfied but all nations and heap unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? All right, because that's why America destroyed the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. Because what? They wanted to control Europe from an energy perspective, all right, and further get a grip over the world, all right, is how long into him they have laid themselves with Dick Clay. As you know, America is on the brink of collapsing, all right, economically. The dollar is crashed. The dollar is not worth shit, all right. So what? America has to go to war to keep itself in business, which is what America's mainly pushes forth in military industrial complex and grip over the world. All right. And what? These nations are going to turn on him very soon. Verse 7, shall they not rise up suddenly, shall bite thee, right? That's going to shoot nuclear missiles on you. All right. And a weight that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for Buddhism to them. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and what? For violence in the land, and of the city, and all that dwell therein. Verse 9, woe unto him, the white man, Esau, Edom, that coveteth an evil covetousness, right? That's trying to bring forth this new world order, right? That he may set his nest on high, he might rule the world, and that he may be delivered from the power of evil. America losing its number one status, all right? America falling, all right, and not being the powerhouse of the world anymore, all right? That's the power of evil, okay? All right? Also, I want to grab this scripture, all right? Because America is not going to do right, all right? This is how they operate, by rape, robbery, murder, and death. All right, it says, let favor be shown to the wicked, that's the white man, yet will he not learn righteousness, and in the land of uprightness he will deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. So America claims to be a Christian nation, but they don't do according to the Holy Bible, they do according to the devil. All right? And in order to fill the new order, America will even destroy its own people. All right, it reads, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. That means he's not going to fulfill his new order. There is none worse than him that envy himself, right? And what you got so-called Europeans over there in the EU. Well, he envied them. He wanted all. America wants control over everything. All right, he wants to and control in the EU nations. All right. He want it all. He want Russia's oil too. All right? It says, there's none worse than him that envy himself, and this shall be the recompense of his wickedness. And if he do of good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last will declare his wickedness. So that's why you see Putin declaring what destroy Nord Stream 2. All right, sending weapons over there to Ukraine. Ukraine don't want to go to war. The Americans and NATO is pushing them to keep on fighting against Russia. And therefore, what? Russia's going to be left no option but to start shooting off thermonuclear missiles and bring the destruction, as well as what these European nations turning on America because America is trying to push its grip and its totalitarian new world order on the whole planet. All right, and what these people don't want war, but America's pushing for war. Okay, and in order for America has to stay afloat, they got to stay at war. So this is why you see America going into other people's nations and destroying them, all right, pushing their colonialism, all right, and destroying and taking their resources. All right, this is what war has kept America afloat. Since America has been the 246 years America has been, all right, a country, all right, only 9 of those years has they not had war. All right. So that's over 235 years of war America has caused on the planet, death and destruction. All right. So what? He's trying to build his house with what? Other men's money. All right. By robbing, stealing, killing, and murdering. All right. It says he that buildeth his house with other men's money is like one that gareth himself stones for the tomb of his own burial. The congregation of the wicked, which is the so-called white man, along with these elite bankers, is like toe wrapped together, and the end of them shall be the flame of fire to destroy them, because their destruction is going to come by what? World War III. All right? The way of sinners is made plain with stones, which would be the prophets that speak in the scriptures, but the end of them is the pit of hell. So the Lord is going to bring all these so-called white people down to the pit of hell. And this is how he's going to bring the end of the so-called white man's rulership, what? By them fighting against each other. All right? All right? The end of the so-called white man's reign. Which is going to be what? World War III. This is Haggai 2 and 21. 2 and 22, and I will overthrow the thrones of the kingdoms and destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen, right? Which is the so-called white man, and I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the horses and their riders shall come down, everyone by the sword of his own brother, which is going to be what? World War III. Okay. All right. So this is a quote from the Messiah. It says, "The thief, who is the thief? The so-called white man. The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. All right, I am come that thou may have life, and thou may have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd, and the good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep." So the Messiah is coming to destroy these heathen nations, all right, and to put his people up and rule the Israelites. And as you can see right now, the Almighty is what? Bringing forth World War III to bring all the Lord's enemies down under the Israelites, all right, and diminish them from off the earth, all right, and it's going to come by way of what? World War III, okay? All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 30 and verse 3. It said, "For the day is near, even the day of the Lord is near, a cloudy day, it shall be the time of the heathen." All right, these heathens ruling, all right, and what? The end of their time is coming through them. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 11 and 39, because what? The Lord raised the white man up to rule. It says, "Are not thou it that remainest of the 4 beasts, who I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? And the 4th overcame," which will be the first leg of the Roman Empire. All right, the Roman Empire fell, and now we're in the second leg of the Roman Empire. It says, "And the 4th overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness," right, by their military, "and over the whole earth with much wicked oppression, taxation, all right, death, murder, war, and so long dwelt upon the earth with deceit," all right, do lies, all right, do what? The Renaissance period, all right, them putting themselves up as the people of the Lord when they're not the people of the Lord, according to the Bible. It says, "For the earth hast thou not judged with truth," according to the Bible and according to the law. It says, "For thou hast afflicted the meek," that's the children of Israel. "Thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars," all right? Thou hast destroyed the dwelling places of them that brought forth food, and cast down the walls of such that did thee no harm. Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up to the highest, and our pride into the mighty. The highest have also looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations fulfilled." All right, so we are coming to the brink of the white man's rule and wickedness on the earth. All right. And the Lord is going to bring him down and establish righteousness on the earth through the children of Israel. All right. So the Lord is orchestrating and bringing forth this war, which, as you understand, our Lord, all right, the God of the Israelites, whose name is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, all right, our power is a man of war. It says the Lord is a man of war, the Lord is his name. Okay. So we're going to walk into the prophecy of the destruction of America. And there came one of the seven angels that had the seven vials and talked with me, saying, "Come and hither, and I will show you the judgment of the great whore, all right, that sitteth on many waters." Okay. All right. As you can see, this whore that sitteth upon many waters. All right. America ruling over the world with its reserve currency. All right. And the beast, which is NATO, which is the 7 heads and 10 horns, going into which is NATO. All right. The 7 heads of the 7 kingdoms, governments are kingdoms of Esau, who is the so-called white man. And we see him trying to bring this New World Order system, which the RFID microchip is going to have those barcodes. And what 666 is on the barcode. Okay. We're just trying to bring this New World Order system. All right. And the reason why they said the great whore that sit upon many waters is their embassies and military bases throughout the world, whom the kings of the earth committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. All right, Western society, Western culture, all right, which is the ways of the devil. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. This is America, the wilderness. And I saw a woman upon a scarlet colored beast. All right, America, what, ruling the EU nations, all right, full of blasphemies, what, white Christianity, they had 7 hands and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of the abominations of her fornication. And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon, all right, the mother of harlots and the abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, which would be what, your Negroes, Native Americans, and Mexicans, all right, they killed throughout throughout slavery, all the way up until now, and the blood of the martyrs of the Messiah, which is named Yahweh Shai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, wherefore do thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and the beast that carried her, which had 7 heads, which the 7 rulerships of the so-called white man. All right, and the 10 horns would be the NATO, started with what? In 1948 with 10 countries, now has branched out to what? 27 countries. It says, the beast that thou sawest was and is not and shall go into the bottomless pit. That's Europe. And shall go into perdition, World War III, which you see about to kick off right now. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names was not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. And here's the mind that have wisdom. The 7 heads are the 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. All right, that's the so-called white man and his 7 rulerships on this planet. All right. It says, and there are 7 kings, 5 have fallen. All right, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, Germania Major, Germania Minor. All right, let me see the other ones. One moment. All right, the Greeks. All right, Germania Major, the Romans, the French Empire, Germania Minor, and the British. Okay, all right. One moment. All right. It says, and one is, that's the British, and there is not, and the other is not yet come, which will be America. And when it cometh, it must continue a short space, which America's been a country that's only been established for 240 or 250 years, which is a what? Short space. And the beast that was and is not is, and the beast that was and is not, even he is of the 8th, because America came out of what? Mainly Britain. and is of the seven and shall go into perdition, which is what, World War III. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which will be represent the EU nations, which have received no kingdom as of yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. This will go into NATO, okay? Which what NATO was established in 1948. All right, in roughly 73 years, this has been in existence. It says they have one mind, which is what create the new world order, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. This will go into monetary given to NATO, as well as military aid to NATO as well too. That goes into their power and strength. All right, well, the Messiah is going to come and deliver the elect. It says, these shall make war with the Lamb, which is the Messiah coming to bust the elect out of jail. And the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, whose name is Yahushua, and they are with him are called chosen and faithful. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the horde sitteth are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. Because from every nation on the planet, America has people from all the countries of the earth, which is considered a melting pot. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. All right, which I'm going to put a brief clip in right now to show you that.
The explosion of the Nord Stream pipelines was one of the biggest acts of economic sabotage ever carried out on the European Union, not to mention the devastating environmental consequences. So it is very, very strange that there's so little discussion about it. No appetite for an investigation, no appetite for accountability, for restitution, nothing. Because already having voluntarily severed our links with Russian gas as a result of the ridiculous sanctions which are costing Europeans more than Russians, the explosion now ensures that we won't be restarting that any time in the next few years. Instead, we're going to be relying on filthy, environmentally devastating US LNG. And not only is it filthy, but it's 4 times the price that US citizens are paying for it. So a lot of people are joining the dots. Who has the most to gain? Who has the most to lose? Without an independent investigations, those questions will continue to be asked. And we also need to draw the conclusion that the biggest threat on our energy infrastructure is militarism. War isn't ended by war, but peace.
17 to 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast. Those are the what? EU nations. It says, these shall hate the whore, which is America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For Yahweh have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will. So these EU nations are going to turn on America and side with Russia and China, and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, unto the words of the Almighty Yahweh will be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city, which is America, which reigneth over all the kings of the earth. All right, which is going to bring the destruction of America. So these nations are tired of America, all right, and they're all going to turn on America at the end and destroy it. All right. So I hope that this lesson was edified. I would like to say, call Holo Yahweh Shibya Shabbat Shirukakadash. Shalom to the whole elect. Shalom.